Ooh, what's up YouTube? ODST General back again with the most current Operation Trebuchet Uplink. Now, before we get into the official uplink, we're going to go over last week's update. And since there was not an official uplink last week, all they gave us was a picture. I'm just going to go over this picture real quick here before we get into it. So, this picture looks is taken somewhere from the northern end of the map. It looks like maybe the middle of the map for the Luxor City. We're looking south because you can see the shipping yard in the back. I know I always bring up the shipping yard because I feel it's a good point of reference as to the location of where everything else is here. Looking around, it's kind of hard to say what's around here for sure, like if any of these are new buildings or not. The shorter ones on the left-hand side all look like they're new structures to me, as does this building on the right-hand side. That looks like that could possibly be the same building they use for the bridges and stuff, but I'm not sure. You guys can also see there's a large section of the city that's walled off to the right. Now I suspect that's going to be the part of the area, part of the map that we can't actually play on. But there is also a wall that goes along the left side, and you can see that this left-hand road, goes a few different ways. There's two roads here right at the front bottom of the picture. One curves off right and goes to the right of the map. The other one shoots straight, goes to a four-way intersection, then continues down under that wall, and then appears to curve off. And you can assume that it goes down into the shipping area. Where it goes on the left side, I'm not sure because it doesn't really appear it picks up. But if you look in the background on the left side between those two buildings, you'll notice that there is a road down there. So I'm wondering if there's a tunnel or something that actually goes into, because I can't really foresee it like continuing on the other side of that wall. But I am curious. That could be that blank area that we were told we could build in, and we might end up seeing that. Looking down towards the bottom of the picture here, you can also see on there's some clipping issues or something with the pavement on the side there. So it still needs a little bit of work. I don't really know what's going on there. Yeah, I don't know. You had like the black pavement on the gray pavement or whatever, gray concrete. It looks like it's clipping through and it looks really weird. Other than that, there's nothing too crazy or out of the normal that I can see in this. See, now, I'm always looking for stuff because I know the dev team likes to hide things in these pictures and various other things. And I'm always looking for like tiny little Easter eggs that they might be hiding in here for bigger clues. But let's move on. Okay, so the most current uplink's pretty short here. The first few things we've got is Lexor City. Once again, so we're continuing on basically the same path we've already started on. This first image here, you've got a couple of Pelicans landed in a parking lot. You've got numerous civilian vehicles parked around the parking lot, and a Warthog there, as well as some other vehicles parked alongside the road. Nothing too crazy about this picture, just another set piece. Once again, using the shipping hub as a point of reference. The shipping hub's actually off to the left, so, and then you've got more cities and stuff. So this is actually possibly on the bottom of the map in the southern area, but it's hard to say for certain. I would imagine, though, it's in the southeast of the map, just from my own layout in my head that I'm looking at. The second picture is the same area. This time it's from the back of the Pelican, looking out into these infantry who are outside the back of the leftmost Pelican. You can still see that Warthog in the very right-hand corner. So this is literally the same exact setup that we were looking at just previously. Continue on to the next picture. We get something that we actually haven't seen before in this picture, and that's why I like this picture the most. As you guys have known, they are making those little yellow shipping containers from Reach. This is actually, I do believe, the first time we've seen one in-game, if I'm not mistaken. We've seen the model for it, and we've seen the in-game version from Reach, but I think this is the first time we've actually seen the model gameplay-wise in Arma. So you've got the frigate in the background, you've got three Pelicans, and you've got all these workers of this warehouse or whatever just kind of watching this come in. Other than that, I don't think there's anything too special or crazy about this. Nothing that I can see that's out of the ordinary. That's really the biggest thing. I suspect that's what they're trying to showcase. Obviously, this is still in the shipping center itself. And then that's our final image of Lexor City, once again in the shipping area. And I'm assuming this is going to be a big focal point of gameplay just because of how it's set up. This time we've got a number of rebels who appear to be robbing the shipping containers for weapons and supplies. You've got one employee or whatever talking to the other rebels, and it looks like they killed the other guy, so I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if he's just cooperating or what. You've got a number of Halo companies that are, actually in here. So you've got your BXR, your Traxxas, Ascalon, Adarab. Is that right? I haven't heard of that one. So there's like every one of these is like a different company looking at them. At least the ones that you can make out in the dark at this distance. So that's really awesome that they've got containers for all these different companies in Halo. Hopefully we'll see some other stuff from Traxxas and BXR. So going on, we still got more map content to cover. This time though we're switching maps to Erebus Island, and this will be kind of your small island map with a number of mixed assets. This one's going to be, I don't want to say more rural, but it'll definitely be smaller scale, more suburban than urban. Looking through this, there does appear to be one new building, I think. I don't think we've covered this one before. This building looks like it may even be enterable, and this is the one that's right in the center of the picture. You've got this one of the green fortification structures just directly below it, and then some sort of tower next to it. If you look, there's a number of pillars and then a ramp that goes up there, but behind the second pillar from the left, like in between the second and the first pillar on the left side, there almost appears to be an entryway into that building. So hopefully that will be a building that we can enter into and walk around in. Given its location around a number of warehouses, I'm assuming that's what we can expect it to be, as a warehouse, but I guess we'll find out for sure later. Beyond this, you've got this green wall, and I haven't seen this wall before, and I'm assuming that this is actually an Operation Trebuchet asset, because I can't imagine what else it would be from. That's in Arma. You do have what appears to be a gate on this dirt roadway that goes along the dock. It is closed, so assuming we can open that somehow. You've also got one of those guard checkpoint type of deals. That's still not textured quite yet, but we weren't 100% sure in my last one, or at least I should say I wasn't 100% sure in my last video what that was last time I had seen that structure. And given its location next to this wall, it's really reinforcing the point to me, at least, that that is some sort of guard structure. Right in the map, you've got a cityscape here. You've got paved roads that turn into dirt roads here and there. A lot of mixed stuff, and this really drives home just how mixed this map will be, because you've got your beach, your city, and then your warehouse dock area. Moving on, we've got another HUD picture by Big Wilk. This is using the glasses, I do believe. It's, the new glasses HUD. I'm not sure if this green, if that's just him using night vision, or if that will be a permanent effect while you're wearing these HUD glasses, the green ones. If you can see at the bottom of the picture, it's actually not taking up the whole screen. And it's really hard to tell. I didn't even notice this until just now, but the very, very corners of this picture you can see are just like normal environment. And then, you've got your information on the left-hand side. It says subject, private Big Wilk, so it says your name, your current direction, your objectives direction, your objective location, time of the recording, and something else I can't quite make out. Something location, it looks like. But that's actually, a time frame. Left-hand corner in the top, you've got grenade, and on the right-hand corner, you've got your primary and secondary weapons, as well as fire modes and ammunition remaining. And I do think this is night vision, because obviously you can see the stars and stuff in the sky. Although I do think it's interesting. I'm assuming that means then that we will have some sort of effect where even during the day it's green. I'm making the assumption. I don't know how that will affect it or not, but I guess we'll end up seeing for sure later on. So moving on, we've got one last thing to cover, and then that's the uplink, guys. And this one is moving on to First Contact, and it is something that First Contact side really needs, and that is the Covenant Carbine. I have mentioned in the past, this was something that was worked on at one point in time or another, but it never actually got completed. In fact, I think that model was, I thought that model was scrapped, but this does appear to be at least partially based off that former model, although with a number of improvements. And I've said this before, it doesn't quite meet the quality that you would expect from primary Optray stuff, but I think Covenant weapons are a lot harder to make. And considering it's just one person who's got less experience than most of the Operation Trebuchet team, it's still really good looking. It's definitely an improvement over his previous weapons, and saying that is nothing small, because this is far more complex than the plasma pistol and the plasma rifle, both of which themselves should be seeing an upgrade here soon. Hopefully we'll see the plasma pistol with this next update for First Contact. I haven't played Halo 5, so I don't know if this model is based off the Halo 5 version or which version it's based off of. It looks a little bit different than any carbine I'm familiar with right offhand, although it could easily be the Halo 4 version. I wouldn't remember, just because I haven't played much of Halo 4. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it. I don't know any information on the carbine, really, how it will work, what the scope or anything is going to be like. So hopefully it'll just have like a built-in scope. I know that normally one of the things I was excited about with the Arma Halo is that you'd be able to change stuff like that. But I think that would make Covenant weapons kind of unique, if the fact that you couldn't do that. Alright, guys, well, I think we're going to call that a video here. It's a little under 15 minutes. So make sure to like, subscribe, share the video, guys. Keep checking back for more Operation Trebuchet content. And we'll see how things go. Alright, have a good one.